Can you imagine yet again Naruto did something that most series never get to do, never even dream of doing, let alone accomplish? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell right now because, yeah, you're gonna want to be informed on the updates following this story because Naruto just did something crazy. It's slam dunking on them, you know what I'm saying, on the haters, and we're gonna talk it all on this episode of ForneverWorld. It's kind of crazy for a series that technically ended like 8 years ago now. Naruto continues to be innovative and continues to push forward the culture of anime and manga. Again, despite its anime being over for some time. I know. We still have Boruto and it's pretty much including most of the cast of Naruto to begin with. But I just gotta throw in there that how many people watch Boruto or re-Boruto in comparison to the old Naruto days. Yeah, a lot of those people, they done scrammed, but they never forgot. And that's really the important part of it all because, yeah, Naruto continues to be so innovative and continues to be so popular that it is doing crossovers and collaborations that, again, most series dream of in terms of, yeah, imagine being able to get a deal with Michael Jordan for some Jordans, though. Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, where do I sign up as soon as I heard this? Like, what? Because for starters, I saw on the Jordan Twitter account, Jumpman23, the Shinobi Way. Stay tuned. And it put at Naruto anime _en and Zion Williamson. And it had a picture of Naruto with a Rasengan looking like he's about to dunk a ball, like he's throwing it, passing it under his leg. X, a Jordan symbol. And then I believe Zion Williamson also retweeted that. And on top of that, we have a whole press release here that confirms that we're getting them, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I might have been trolled on this one, but I believe we have some leaks of what they look like. I might be totally off on that, but yeah, because it says here, Naruto and Jordan brand collaboration officially announced. A brand new special collaboration between the Naruto franchise and the Jordan brand was unveiled tonight, with New Orleans Pelicans power forward Zion Williamson also announcing its partnership in the collaboration. Williamson and the Jordan brand both announced more details will be coming soon. Zion Williamson tweeted out as well, excited to share this story with the world. The Jumpman 23 Zion 1 X Naruto collection is inspired by our parallel paths of overcoming adversity. Stay tuned. Hashtag believe it. Yo, when we're gonna get the Black Clover Jordans? I'm just saying, because Asta and Black Clover and Yuki Tabata, all of them have overcome a lot of adversity and a lot of slander and a lot of hatred, just like Naruto. Obviously, Naruto has went to heights that most dream of and never succeed, but I just want to throw that in there. And if these leaks are legit, that I'm not 100% sure because I saw them floating around. Again, they could be totally false, so take this with a grain of salt. Don't say, FORNEV, you told. No, this is, again, with a grain of salt. And these three are supposedly going to be the Jordans for the Naruto, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get all three of them. They don't look the greatest. I think the black and red one looks pretty cool. In fact, honestly, I like them all. They're just not like any of them don't really jump out, oh my god, crazy to me, but I still think they look dope, and ultimately, if this is legit, I am definitely getting all of them. Size 12, baby. 12 size. Let's go. And if I can get multiple of them, I'm gonna get that too. I ain't gonna lie. This is an investment, right? Okay, let me stop. I know you like scalp for scalp. I'm just gonna get like maybe one of each or something like that, alright? Or at the very least, maybe just like one or two for myself and like my niece and nephew because they really love Naruto. And if they have some little ones for my daughter, that'd be dope too. But yeah, people, Naruto X Jordan collaboration incoming. The collab we never thought we would see. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really like surprised per se because like, yo dog, it's Naruto, but it's awesome to see and definitely something that, like I said, subscribe and hit that bell so if you want to be notified as soon as they drop, I'm gonna let you guys know. Yeah, just like I'm gonna let you know what the top 50 best-selling manga of the week are, starting with 50 through 41, and we start off at 50 with Detective Conan Police Academy Arc Wild Police Story Volume 1, and whoa, what the hell, is this like old or something? This came out in 2020. Oh, it probably because, okay, it did 13,997 this week, but this is something that came out a couple of years ago, and it did so far in total 414. What happened here is, I believe they finally did the anime adaptation of that stuff, and it had such a splash that it was enough to bump it into the top 50 best-selling manga, because I was like, wait a minute, 2020, what's going on here? But shout outs to that. I kind of want to check that out, I'm not gonna lie. We still got a Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 18 still hanging in there, almost 2 million. Will it hit 2 million before it leaves? It did 14,000. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna all over the place right now. But Detective Conan at 46 as well, with another one of those spin-offs with 14,000. So yeah, it looks like it's making a few numbers based off that spin-off, making moves. We got that Tomodachi game. I believe that anime, either it's out or it's about to come out or something like that. I'm looking forward to that one. I've heard some good things. Of course, Record of Ragnarok, Volume 14, another 14,000. Oh, and we skipped over 43, Moriarty the Patriot, which it's been doing some decent numbers lately. It's been catching my eye, so to speak. Then 40 through 31, we got Tokyo Revengers at number 40, Volume 26, 15,000, bringing its total to 944,000. Again, that'll probably, depending if it slows down within the next few weeks, that'll hit a mill before it leaves the charts as well. Detective Conan, wow, it looks like that spin-off anime did numbers for it, because even this digestive book that came out, oh, this is a new one. No, okay, this is a new thing. Detective Conan 100 plus digestive book, 16,850. Dope stuff there. My Dress Up Darling on there. What's that? Honzuki no Gekkokujo Part 2, Volume 7, 20,000. Looks like a little witch or something. Okay. Then going to places 30 through 21. At 30, again, more Detective Conan Police Academy Selection, 21,000. 5 days on sale. Like, yeah, this is a big boom. I haven't seen a boom this big for Detective Conan in I don't even know how long, if ever. Which is also proof that sometimes you got to experiment. Like, trying these spin-offs is obviously paying off because they're doing some numbers for the volumes. Spy X Family, Volume 3, 21,000. You're going to see Spy Family everywhere. It's making waves. It's blowing up already with only like 3 episodes out at this point. Black Clover, Volume 32. 14 days, a full 2 weeks. It has done 127,403 copies total in a full 2 weeks, with 21,839 this week. That's respectable. I'm not going to lie. Like, that cover, though, I don't care what nobody says. That cover is absolute fire. Then again, at 26 and 25, more Spy Family, Volume 1 and 2, 22,000 apiece. Then all the way up at 22, Dragon Ball Super Volume 18, in a full 14 days for Dragon Ball Super, 170 with 27,600 this week. Shout outs to Dragon Ball Super, another one with a freaking fantastic cover. They must have got together all of the people down at Jump and Shueisha in general and were like, yo, dog, we got to make sure these manga have some decent covers, okay? We got to get some banging covers, because Black Clover and Dragon Ball Super both look fuego. Then we got 20 through 11, which I love to see it because it's something that's fresh, and I'm still, hype over it, even though, if I'm being honest with you, and someday I'll make the video. I was going to make the video, but it kind of feels like it's late now to do it. That I was not the biggest fan of the ending of Osama ranking, aka Ranking of Kings, but that's a different video for a different time. Osama ranking Volume 13, 6 days, 30-something thousand, basically 32,000 this week, and it had like pre-sales of a couple, so altogether 34,000 in 6 days. Dope stuff. And the anime, though, my god. And then going all the way up, I'm like, holy cow, 15 to 11 is all Spy Family. And it's interesting that it's blowing up because, again, this isn't like, some big Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto-esque type of story. Like, I don't want to say, because there is some weird and wacky stuff and action or whatever. I don't want to downplay it, but it's very interesting to see that we're in a different era for anime and manga of things that blow up. It's like, who knows what could blow up at this point. Then jumping into the top 10, we got at number 9, Spy Family, again, Volume 8. Then jumping up, what the hell is this? Tokyo Revengers Character Book 2. 52,000 copies on a character book of Tokyo Revengers. They love it. The Kodansha's just like, oh my god, all this money. Then number 5, One Piece Volume 102. 14 days, 1.4 mil, 169,000 this week. Definitely showing, and hey, we're talking about the sales of things. What do you want me to do? When One Piece is not in here, then I won't talk about One Piece, but right now it's in here, and it's interesting to see that in 14 days, it is being outsold by both Spy Family's latest volume and Jujutsu Kaisen's latest volume. One Piece, just like competition caught up. The times caught up with One Piece, and other series started selling like what One Piece once sold, and this is outstanding. Shout outs to One Piece regardless that it's still competing with the new dogs all these years later. Spy Family Volume 9, 14 days, 783,000 total. Jujutsu Kaisen, 14 days total, 1.3 with 208. Damn, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even the biggest fan of that cover because it's like, he was a cool character, but I don't know if I'd slap him on a cover, but shout outs to him. And then top 2, Detective Conan Volume 101, in 5 days, 253,000. So it's, yeah, definitely a very monumental moment for Detective Conan as well. Over 100 volumes, which most series don't get to reach that. And then number 1 is one that I ain't even gonna lie, the sales are a little lower than most of the previous releases, and I gotta say it's probably because of that cover. I'm still not a fan of that cover. The latest Tokyo Revengers Volume 27, 430,000. Oh, in 3 days. Okay, yeah, so those numbers actually aren't that bad, but I'm not a big fan of the cover still, regardless. It's like, it's alright, it's okay, but But overall, still very respectable top 50 best-selling manga list. A lot of volumes did very well in here, and yeah, shout-outs to all of these authors. However, while we're still in the realm of sales, I want to talk about something that's posted on the unofficial Weekly Shonen Jump account. It says here, this is Oricon's sales mainly for like Jump stuff, so it's going to include some volumes that were so low they didn't get to be included in the sales list. And again, we got at the top One Piece, right? Of course, its first week it did 1 million, second week it did 169,000. That's a massive drop. This does like a, what is that, a 80-something% drop? Holy cow, from week 1 to week 2. It's like every One Piece fan buys the first week, and then after that it's just stragglers. Like, wow. Then Jujutsu Kaisen, that's about similar dip, I want to say, honestly, like probably a little bit less, but yes, similar dip. Black Clover, okay sales. It's Black Clover, what you want me to say. Elusive Samurai, interesting that it did 50,000 first week and then did so low it didn't rank second week. Witch Watch, I feel like it's doing okay enough to survive. I've heard good things about PPP and is getting like decent reception, so I can see it surviving. Hands down, Doron Dororon and Shugomaru, they out of here. Whether Aoshimon will follow, I don't know, but I know those two are going to be out of here. This is bad, not even ranked. Like, y'all solo, y'all didn't even rank. What are the sales for this? Let's see. Elusive Samurai did 11,000, second week after that 50,000, so 61,000. Elusive Samurai, safe! Witch Watch sold 64 this week, 35,000. That's still decent enough. It's not completely safe from, like, you know, getting axed per se, but it's safe enough to stay around for a little bit longer, so safe. PPPP sold 2,700, 16,000. What would that be in 2 weeks? So that's not the greatest in the world. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to say safe. I'll say that it could go either way. And then Dororon and Protect Me Shugomaru, they so low they didn't even rank that part either. So we didn't even get the sales. They sold less than basically 2,700 copies. Whatever they sold less than. That's bad. That's really bad. Dororon is trying to be a big shonen hit. That's not going to happen. Likewise with, I don't even know what Protect Me Shugomaru is, but it's so irrelevant to me that I haven't even checked it out. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. And yeah, so expect a bunch of cancellations coming soon in Jump. It just hopefully isn't Ayashimon. Like, take Dororon at this point, because I could tell they're probably going to remove that bad boy out of here. But they're definitely not removing this one at the very least right now, because One Punch Man in sales related news as well, volume 25. The series has 26 million copies in circulation for the first 25 volumes, volume 1 through 25, and that's dope with One Punch Man. I'm gonna be honest with you, from the way things are moving, I wouldn't be surprised if the serialized version ends after the current arc. First of all, the current arc has been spanning for decades, what feels like, with One Punch Man. It's been a long time with Garo and all that stuff. Like, I wonder if they're gonna end it after that or if they're gonna keep it going. I mean, it's crazy that the manga hype, it's kind of like, especially over here in the West, it's kind of like Kingdom almost, where it's strictly the fact that people love the manga of why it's popping, because nobody's talking about the anime no more. Like, after season 2 was just nothing like season 1's quality in terms of like being up there, people just abandoned the anime. But the manga is so crazy, I constantly hear about One Punch Man. I can't escape it. And yeah, it did 26 million so far. I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to end it around 30 million copies sold. I don't know exactly what's happening right now. I have somewhat of an idea based on some of my friends telling me things, but yeah. And since we're talking about things getting canceled, y'all know Shonen Jump is going to have to add new stuff. Well, we got a little bit of information about some upcoming serialization. It says here, based off the unofficial Weekly Shonen Jump account, back to the usual, here's a little thread about upcoming serialization. Suigoi Smartphone by Hiroki Tomisawa and Kantaro Hidano. Hiroki Tomisawa comes to Jump with a pretty interesting track of serializations. Senka na Kanojo and Kodansha's Young Magazine, again jumping from like a different publication. The short-term series Wagyu o Kokyu-san, along with Koike Katsuomi, and the manga adaptation of Wow Wow's sports documentary series Who I Am. Series aside, their first work would be the winner of the 69th Chiba Tetsuya Award, Direct Connection. Tomisawa would also team up with Masanori Morita, Rookie's Rokuden Nashi Blues, to publish Zetsubo no Petenshi Tachi back in Miracle Jump in 2016. So this guy's been trying to do this for a while. Time for the artist. Kentaro Hidano is a known name in Jump since 2006 with Antibacterial Strange and Planet Automata, both in Akamaru Jump, Chrono Mansion in 2010's Jump issue 3637, and Kuhiko-san in Shonen Jump Plus's app, both with Hayato Yahagi. All this work would lead to the serialization of Ziga and Weekly Shonen Jump, a 2-volume series with Rokuo Sano as the writer during 2018. After the cancellation of the series, Hidano would continue publishing one-shots. Sugoi Smartphone by Hiroki Tomisawa and Kentaro Hidano will be starting its serialization in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 23. The story narrates a modern suspense of a high school student who picks up a phone that can search anything. And I'll be honest with you, that premise, it could go either way. they can search anything. What does that mean? It almost sounds like this is going into like stuff of the dark web or something crazy like that. Like, is that where we're going with it right now with manga? Like, if that's the case, I guess that could be actually really dark and messed up, depending if they go like a more Chainsaw Man dark route or Jujutsu Kaisen or something like that, or it could be wacky and zany and something I don't freaking know, like Nichijou or something. Imagine a Nichijou type of manga and Jump. That's probably what Shugamaro is, actually, now that I think of it. And this one caught me off guard, but it makes sense because this series just always seems to gain enough popularity to keep on getting spin-off sequels and all sorts of stuff, because apparently Shaman King is getting an original anime or some craziness. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, it must have done very freaking well for Netflix or something, because holy cow, even though I've heard kind of not so great things later on down the road into it, early on I heard like praise, but yeah, like let's read. Shaman King reboot anime gets sequel about Yo and Anna's son. Just over a full year and 52 episodes later, Shaman King has come to an end, but we don't have to say goodbye just yet. A sequel anime was immediately announced upon its conclusion, which looks to adapt the Shaman King Flowers sequel manga. Oh, I forgot about Shaman King Flowers. Okay, I thought this was going to be an anime original, but it's doing the sequel. Oh, okay, it's doing Flowers. Again, though it must have been really popular for them to say, yeah, let's do Flowers. That centers on Yo and Anna's son, Hana. 2 thank you visuals featuring the current and grown-up cast were released, along with a short trailer for the new anime. Additional details about the new anime, such as format and release date, are yet to be revealed. I'm willing to bet this is going to be a movie. Maybe, well, how long is Shaman King Flowers? That is what will determine it, but if it's like a short thing, then I could be seeing them doing it as a movie. I don't know. And based on the manga, of course, by Hiroyuki Take, Shaman King is directed by Takeshi Furuta, who did Visual Prison at Studio Bridge, with series composition by Shoji Yonemura, who did Parasite, The Maxim. And this is like, wow. Like, again, because what I was hearing recently, and maybe I was just hearing the wrong information, or maybe this was a part of their deal all along, I was hearing that the Shaman King reboot wasn't all that great after a while, that it started to dip in certain areas, but apparently people were loving it enough that they decided to do Shaman King Flowers. And I remember it was like maybe over a decade ago now, I want to say, that Shaman King Flowers started and it was announced. I remember hearing about it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, Shaman King, if you were sad about the anime coming to an end, they're continuing going, and it looks like this is one of Netflix's strategies at this point, because it is looking really bad over there, like some doom and gloom stuff, and it seems like they're trying to salvage what they can, and probably like releasing JoJo's and doing this with this one is methods. Who knows? Maybe the writing was on the wall. Maybe there was some signs that like, holy cow, we're slipping, our sales is going down, our memberships is going down, subscribers, all of that jazz. Let's do something else, let's switch it up, let's try something different. That's probably what happened and why we got to this point where it was like, oh snap, we've got to figure something out, lads. However, moving on to some My Hero Academia related news. For starters, unfortunate manga news, and it's been very often and very frequent now. I just feel like we just talked about this the other day, and here we go again. More news that My Hero Academia is once again going on break with the manga. My Hero Academia will be on break next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 23, and the series will resume in issue number 24 as scheduled. It's very bizarre how many breaks My Hero continues to take. It's like, yeah, considering we had that announcement, I'm always going to be looking now at the time. It's not that I want My Hero to end or I'm like even necessarily dreading it, but because of that announcement and the constant frequent breaks, it's like, dog, are we gonna just like blaze through this final arc that is supposed to be like the creme de la creme, the enchilada to wrap it all up, and instead it's like, yeah, well, I don't want to blaze through it either. I really like My Hero, and I don't know, it's just weird that now the breaks have started to get a little worrisome, just because it's like, dog, if he wants to end it soon and he's getting break after break after break, it's like, well, first of all, why is he wanting to end it soon? A lot of questions people don't think about, like, well, what would make him want to end it soon? It could be that sales have dropped. It could be that the anime maybe isn't performing like it used to. It could be wide variety of variables. It could be you add the fact that he wants to end it suddenly. It feels like it's rushing, and now he's taking frequent breaks. Hopefully Horikoshi is okay health-wise, because that's what I immediately think of, like, well, he's taking multiple breaks. He wants to rush the series to end what feels like it anyway all of a sudden. What's going on here? Or it could just be that Horikoshi just don't want to do this no more. Like, he's been doing this since 2014. He's ready to move on to something different now. And then episode 1 from season 6 of the My Hero Academia anime will be pre-screened at the Hero Fest event on July 24th. In case you don't remember, I just talked about that. There's a big My Hero Fest that's about to go down, and it looks like we can expect that My Hero season 6 is going to kick off there. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to just keep it right now all the way a billion right now. Fingers crossed. Please, Bones, don't ruin this, because if they ruin this at this point, there's no going back, because they already kind of did My Villain Academia dirty. This is the best arc that they're supposed to do right now. This is hands down supposed to be the best arc. It's supposed to look the best and everything. And yeah, if Bones is working on another movie, then just forget about it. Consider it already a train wreck and dead on arrival, because yeah, I don't know, Bones is just, they're going wacky with all of this movie stuff. So I'm gonna be fingers crossed that they're not gonna botch this and it's going to look good, because this supposed to have animation here and there, not consistently. I get it, it's expensive, but like One Piece 1015, there should be episodes that are on that caliber or somewhat close to, because this is the biggest one. This is how you make a Marineford effect for My Hero and blow it up into My Hero Shippuden even bigger and stuff like that. I'm just saying. But we gotta wait to see. Either way, My Hero Academia, for starters, again, My Hero's manga going on break in the next issue, and also episode 1 of season 6 will be pre-screened, which it's gonna be freaking fire this year with My Hero Academia's anime. Hopefully, man, I'm gonna be very optimistic, because right now the manga, a few chapters here and there have been but I just feel like we should be on 1,000 and we're not, and that's a whole different discussion for another time. And I don't want to be pessimistic about My Hero right now, like it's almost over anyway. Meanwhile, it's always an interesting thing when an author for a manga speaks on its live action counterpart, because y'all know that it could go either way. 9 times out of 10 though, it's gonna go the very bad way of a live action adaptation of an anime or manga being bad. For example, Fullmetal Alchemist was very much so like tossed at with like tomatoes and stuff. Like tomatoes were tossed at it and people just said it was terrible for a live action adaptation, and they decided for whatever reason for the big celebration to make another one. This time it's a spin-off, it's with Scar, all sorts of stuff, and I was like, okay, I don't really know. But apparently Hiromu Arakawa, the original author of Fullmetal Alchemist, was also currently working on another manga. That first chapter, I'm gonna tell you, Yomi no Sugai, go read it. I'm telling you right now, it is fire. The first chapter at the very least blew my mind, and I'm still like, wow, this is gonna go places, mark my words. But either way, Hiromu Arakawa commented on the upcoming Fullmetal Alchemist live action film, and I take these author comments with a grain of salt when it comes to this stuff in particular, because like I remember even Toriyama in the beginning initially was trying to be very passive about Dragon Ball Evolution. I remember he was like, oh, it's a different story from my Dragon Ball, and later on we find out that everybody was like, this is crap, what is this? So I take things with a grain of salt. Again, I don't know, because I haven't actually looked quite into this yet of what Hiromu Arakawa had to say, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was trying to like at the very least subside people that are like, oh, it sucks because they hated the first one. But it says here, a Fullmetal Alchemist manga author says new live action films are quote unquote packed with highlights. what a compliment. Yo, it's packed with highlights. Like there could be highlights of bad moments. That doesn't mean that it's great. Okay, I see where we're going with this. The official website for Fullmetal Alchemist Complete Edition, the 2-part sequel live action film, I forgot it's 2 parts, yeah, of Hiromu Arakawa's internationally popular fantasy action manga Fullmetal Alchemist, has posted a main poster visual and a 75-second new trailer introducing its main cast members, and I ain't gonna lie, the promotional poster looks cool, I guess. The site also posted a message from the original manga author Hiromu Arakawa as below. The original manga is condensed, so the events are all over the place. Oh, that's great to know. I hope all the fans of the original manga will come and see the films, because it is really packed with highlights. I can't wait to see Final Transmutation. I have nothing but high hopes. I bet you have high hopes that it doesn't completely get bombed to hell, huh? Like, wow. I was excited from the very first scene where Ed and Zing team were fighting. Lan Fan was especially cool. Yamada-kun, who played Ed, became a very attractive protagonist with a richer range of emotions in his acting. Also, Tsubasa-chan's crying performance made me also cry, but the part that made me cry the most was the scene of Fuji-san. I thought, oh, that's what it looks like in live action. I drew this story myself, but combined with amazing advances in computer graphics, I was able to enjoy the film with a fresh feeling from beginning to end. The sequels to the 2017 first film have been produced as the manga's 20th anniversary project and will tell until the manga's final chapter. The first part, Fullmetal Alchemist Avengers Scar, is set to be released in Japan May 20th, 2022, and the second part being Final Transmutation, and that'll follow on June 24th. And I ain't gonna lie, I just keep it a buck with you. I feel like Hiromu Arakawa is being very polite about the fact that probably these movies suck. She's probably looking forward to Transmutation coming out so she can stop worrying about, they did this to my story, man. Yo no puedo creer que me han sido esto, Ave María. Like, I'm gonna just give it a bug with you. That's probably what's going on right there, because like saying it's packed with highlights and saying it condenses my manga and everything is all over the place. Like, what type of compliment is that? Again, that's probably being as nice as you possibly can without coming across as dishonest and saying like, yo, this is the greatest film of all time. Like, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I love this. Like, they ain't saying all of that. Hiromu Arakawa knows what's up. And again, get your bag, Hiromu. You did the story already. You completed this a majillion years ago. You got this new manga you're working on that is really freaking awesome. And yeah, Fullmetal's live action. I'm not looking forward to them because I didn't even see the first one. Should I? If enough of you want me to go painfully watch it, maybe you're curious and you never watched it, and you're like, oh, I heard it's bad. Like, if enough of you say, yo, Fornev, please watch FMA's live action, I'll do it. I don't want to, but I'll do it for you guys because I love you guys, and I love you so much that once again I'm gonna provide the weekly Shonen Magazine author comments courtesy of Jos_Ke. And off rip, we're gonna start off with Negi Haruba's Ranger Reject. To ensure the manga got to readers, I drew with tissues plugging up my nose. I'm guessing that Negi Haruba is sick, but alright, that's how we're starting things. Then we got Muneyuki Kaneshiro, the author of Blue Lock. I'm hooked on honey baths. The sweetness is delicious. I've never heard of that. That sounds interesting. Honey bath? Okay. Then we got Nakaba Suzuki, Four Nights of the Apocalypse. It feels better to sleep in my futon for 20 minutes than 3 hours at my desk. The life of a mangaka. What I always tell you guys, whenever, you know, I don't know, man. I feel a little bit guilty now and almost like, oh my god, I felt like Nakaba Suzuki was talking to me in the last one about his, you know, thing with alcohol, but then I look at this and I'm like, that, and then on top of that, you sleeping all over the place. Man, Nakaba Suzuki, I think you need a break, dog. I think you just completed the 7 Deadly Sins not that long ago, and you jumped into 4 Nights of the Apocalypse far too quick. I think you needed a longer break, or I think you need to do something else, maybe do monthly manga, I don't know what, but I don't know, just seems like dude always just sounds like off, and it reminds me of Yoshihiro Tagashi, that Tagashi don't shy away from it. Dog, my back kills me, I am in pain, oh my god, ow, ow, ow. Yoshitoki Oima, author of To Your Eternity, my senior from school, ranked in the manga Taisho. I'm super happy for them. That's dope to see camaraderie there. We got Kei Urana, author of Gachi Akuta. Read, my eyes, they itch. Oh, okay, well, get that manga done. That's all Weekly Shonen Magazine cares about, right? Like, nah, like, that is a pain, I ain't gonna lie. Like, sometimes I wake up with, like, I either scratch my eye in my sleep or my eye be irritated, and oh my god, that's so painful. Get better, Kei Urana. Hope you feel better. Then we got Hiro Mashima, author of Eden Zero, Fairy Tail, 100 Years Quest, all of that good stuff, Raid Master. The editor who had taken good care of me before and I went out for food the other day. Could this be connected to some new work, I wonder? Oh my god, a new work? What do you mean a new work? You're doing Eden Zero, Fairy Tail, 100 Years Quest, and a million. What more could you be doing? Jesus Christ, this man is a madman when it comes to his work ethic. Dude, what new work? What do you mean? Honestly, I feel like he should cut down a bit and focus in more on maybe less. I get it that probably these bags are ridiculous. Eden Zero money, Fairy Tail money, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest money, Rave money, anime money, just so many different things. I get it, but you know, it's wild. Then Ken Wakui, author of Tokyo Revenger. I went to the doctor. The weight I lost last year came back with a vengeance. Well, you know, everything going on with the pandemics, you know, you're stuck in the house, you're not stuck in the house, like, it's to be expected. So it'll be alright. We'll get it together, lads. Dragon Ball fans, for Dragon Ball Superhero, there is actually some pretty interesting news, because something that fans of Dragon Ball has asked Toei for a long time is, yo dog, Dragon Ball Super has how many years now advanced in it? Like, yo, why is Goten and Trunks still little kids? Even before the Tournament of Power, when we see they go off to like protect 17's ranch or whatever the heck that was that they did, like, they were still tiny little kids. They looked exactly the same they looked as when the bullshit went down. Like, what the hell is going on? What happened there? And it was like, yo, Toei is never gonna answer this. Well, apparently they answered it, and they went a step further with what we're about to talk about here in a second. But it's crazy that Toei is trying to pull out all the stops of, I guess you would say, fan service, of giving fans what they want, because they are really, like, between, again, okay, look, they're marketing this movie with Gohan and Piccolo. Fans been screaming about Gohan and Piccolo for the longest. They're marketing this movie with Goten and Trunks as older being. They know fans been wanting to see, like, yo dog, can we get like 14-year-old Goten and Trunks ready the way they looked, even, or even close to it at the end of Z, like what the hell is going on? And then now we got this leak that came out that I am like, holy cow, let's talk about it, because Dragon Ball Super Superhero reveals new look at Teen Gotenks. Dragon Ball Super Superhero has featured the likes of Piccolo, Gohan, and Pan fighting against the newest incarnation of the Red Ribbon Army, though there is another Z fighter who is waiting in the wings. With promotional materials showing that Goten and Trunks are set to be a part of the movie as teenagers, it seems that the fused character Gotenks will be making a comeback alongside the criminal organization from the Shonen's past. Now, new art gives us a fresh look at the hilarious fusion fighter. As the fans of the Dragon Ball series know, the result of an unsuccessful fusion dance will create a skinny or overweight version of the desired character, with Goten and Trunks creating some wild variations when they were originally attempting to perfect the dance during the Buu saga. Obviously, it's been quite some time since we last saw the sons of Goku and Vegeta attempt to dance, with the last time Gotenks made an appearance being during the Resurrection of F storyline, so it's no surprise to see that Goten and Trunks aren't able to pull off the perfect version of the fusion dance. And taking a look at the image, it's like a little blurb. It says here, new promo artwork of fat teen Gotenks from Dragon Ball Super Superheroes, and again you see them on the side and then you see him in the middle, and a lot of fans called it because like, yo dog, sometimes I don't catch every little detail, that their fingers were off when it was initially released, the artwork of them doing the fusion dance, Teen Goten and Trunks. It was like, hey, their fingers are off, and yeah, that's the result we're getting. Teen Gotenks looking chubby and shit, and it's like, yo dog, can we get perfected Gotenks, and can he actually be useful or something? How fire would it be if they found a way for fusion to last like half a day or something, and maybe it costs, and like, hey, we could get some stakes going, it costs like your life energy or something. Like, can we do something cool like that with Goten and Trunks and make this Gotenks thing actually more than just a joke of like, hey look, he's overweight, like we get it, fat, funny, ha ha ha. Like, can we get something else a little bit more? Like, this looks cool. His design always looked cool to me. Honestly, Gotenks is one of the most rawest character designs in Dragon Ball Z, especially for the later stuff. Why we gotta get chubby Gotenks though? Like, can we get buff stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either this or they was gonna give us the skinny, scrawny old man one. Like, oh come on dog, again it's cool and it's like, hey, but that's usually what they do, right? Usually creators is like, oh, they give the fans not necessarily what they want. Like, the fans are asking, and they'll be like, oh, that's what you wanted? Maybe we'll give you something like that, but it ain't gonna be exactly what you wanted because we gotta throw you off. And yeah, big old Gotenks in the Dragon Ball Super Superhero film. Maybe they're gonna like fuse to try and fight these Gamma dudes 1 and 2 and then get dusted off quick, and that'll be the end of that, which that sucks. I want them to be more than just comedic relief. What happened to when Goten and Trunks were like, yo, they're 7 and 8, they're gonna be something big someday, and this is what they meant by big, like chubby. However, in more wholesome news, there's some updates for the series Spy Family, which I have yet to do video, and I need to do a video at some given point about it. But Spy Family is apparently booming, and it's crazy how ridiculously fast now anime can really blow a series up. Like, in a couple of episodes, you could go from you're doing alright to crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, Spy Family is a crazy seller regardless, but the fact that Spy Family has sold nearly 1.5 million copies in just a month thanks to the anime hype and the new release volume 9. So just imagine, dog, because Spy Family already has been selling extraordinarily well. I'm talking about like well over 500,000 copies in their first like week, and like insane numbers. So the fact that now in an anime, I'm curious to see what these numbers are going to look like moving forward, what they look like after it's all said and done, because 1.5 million copies in just a month thanks to the anime push. And yeah, I think it just dropped the volume like I want to say a few days ago as well. So yeah, this is gonna be crazy, and we're gonna see the effects of the anime right now, because live action, I think too, I want to be fair about things. I don't want to completely give all the credit to Spy Family. This season of anime, I'm hearing mainly only Spy Family. I'm not hearing too many titles, so it might be that, yo, it got it in a season that maybe it don't have the Demon Slayers per se, it don't have, you know what I'm saying, Jujutsu Kaisen, it don't have Attack on Titan, so, you know, come through a little wholesome stuff, and they probably line that up with like, yo, who's coming out when, so we can know when we drop our little wholesome show. Like, we gotta drop the wholesome show, and we need y'all to move things along so y'all don't crush our release date. I don't know, that's what I'd imagine. Anyway, either way, it's still insane. Like, 1.5 million, like, this is a little Spy Family story. Like, it's, I know it's Spy Family, but it's like little girl, a sidekick girl, and her, like, crazy. It's nuts to see. Spy Family, shout outs. And quickly, while we're talking about Yomi no Sugai, something else really dope is the fact that it looks like Hiromu Arakawa's new series is already blowing up and making waves, and people are already interested in it, because it says here, fantasy action manga Yomi no Sugai by Fullmetal Alchemist creator Hiromu Arakawa is already licensed in Germany by Ultraverse. Their prospective release most likely in 2023, and reminder that volume 1's not even out in Japan, and it will be released June 10th 2022, so they don't even have sales to say like, yo, it sold a ridiculous amount or anything like that. They licensed it based off of word of mouth and based off like, yo, people are loving it right now, and that's freaking nuts. That's crazy, because normally I need a little bit of data of like, okay, it sold X, Y, and Z in Japan first, so I can make up my mind of like, well, their readers like it, maybe they'll like it over here too. They were like, yo, it's Hiromu Arakawa, it got great reception with the first chapter, get it to us already. And I believe they're even celebrating that it got its first license, and it's probably like one of the quickest manga to ever get licensed like internationally upon release. Like there's only a handful of chapters out for this series, and it is already getting international licenses. That's crazy. And Yomi no Sugai, I'm not gonna keep on telling y'all, you want to be early on the hype train, get on board, shoot. Hiromu Arakawa got another one. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace. And you guys just watched another episode of Forever News. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. I'm just saying. You what I know, so just go to